my name is Linaman. I'm a cello player. I live in San Francisco, and we're meeting today in the beautiful Golden Gate Park, which I live near and is so amazing. And yeah, I perform and teach here in San Francisco. One Heart was such a holistic approach because music is such a holistic thing. Like our profession and practice, even if you're not a professional, is holistic in so many senses, just even in terms of like your physical health in your body, and then to your mind, of course, to the state of your mind, and how you relate to your music and your instrument. So I think I really appreciated the approach, the holistic approach, because bringing our whole selves to our music is what we are required to do, to like and want to do, to really like kind of express ourselves fully through the instrument. So I thought the approach you guys took from so many facets of the Tai Chi in the morning, even though it was really early, but it was good to wake up and get moving and just get into your body in a healthy way, and like to already start to shift that relationship of like of easeful movements and good feeling in the body, and then the approach of mindfulness and like taking care of the mind, and then the lessons with the music, and then the neuroscience talks from Dr. Sarin, which were so interesting. I thought it all tied together in such an impactful way. I was trying to think what was the most impactful thing, and I feel like I can't choose one, because they all sort of impacted me from different angles. Even the food was really good. So yeah, I think I mean the private coachings I had with Barbara Bogatine on cello were really impactful, of course, and then her group lessons were great. So I was coming to the retreat already with quite a bit of experience meditating. I'd done 2 or 3 silent week-long retreats before, and had some practice, but actually I was out of practice in my daily life of meditation. I found it really inspiring but really gentle. Like it was really nice. It was a really kind of gentle way for me to get back into practice. But I thought also for people with no experience with like a mindfulness training to get introduced to it. So I thought that was really special and really nice. And some of the meditations were outside, which were so beautiful. The weather is nice. So so I loved it, and it really was a retreat, and I really tried to give myself to the retreat aspect of it. You know, I think I turned my phone off for most of it, except one of the days was my birthday, which I decided I wasn't going to tell anyone because I didn't want to. But you found out, which was so nice. I think in the chef or someone baked cookies or brought cookies or something, which was really sweet. But other than that, I really like gave myself to the retreat aspect, which was really valuable. It's just amazing to be practicing a little meditation, and then to be able to take it and apply it directly to your instrument and to your experience of playing at the same time. Like on the longer retreats I've done, you're sitting there and of course you think, oh wow, I can't wait to play my cello with this sense of like presence. But you get to do it. You get to do it at One Heart. So and it's very experiential in that sense. Like you would do a meditation, or have some meditation that morning or whatever, and so you'd have some meditation, and then you'd have time to go practice and apply what you were just sort of learning or working on in your meditation to your music, and then have a coaching. And one of my coachings was with Barbara was less about cello playing specifically and more about how I bring mindfulness to my cello playing. So that was like extremely impactful because it was such a direct application of the mindfulness and the music, and again very experiential, like which I think helped really integrate it. The experience element of it helped really anchor the mindfulness to my playing, and I felt that like when I left, I actually took a lot with me into my cello playing that sustained me for a long time. And that's really special because you could integrate it right away.
Wonderful, beautiful.
So, and I think it's very important. I think it's very helpful and important for musicians, the mindfulness training and cultivating a good, cultivating like a kind relationship to yourself and your instrument and your music and creativity, because it's so hard. It's so hard, and it's so easy to be critical. So, so I think, and I think because of the mindfulness and then the coachings and the talks, and there was some Alexander technique lessons which were really impactful, and the Tai Chi, it all, what was I going to say? Well, I don't know, it was all really, it allowed you to shift a lot in a very short amount of time.
Amazing. The transformation.
The transformation.
Oh,
I felt like it allowed for a lot of transformation quickly.
Wonderful.
And I've been integrating it into my teaching since this whole past year.
Wow,
And I think it's helping. I can see it's helping my students a lot too. And of course. Let's see. I think since I've been practicing mindfulness, I try to bring that into either in a direct way to teach my students about just mindful ways to play the cello and to practice. I'm not a meditation teacher, but I try to bring the mindful elements to how we practice, but also to how I teach. And so that's been, I think my skill set grew a lot from learning a lot at this retreat.